Fucking light in there. Look at how bright it is. I went to like 5 different pet stores, did not really find a good one. I ended up having to go to Walmart for that. And they only stock one kind of bulb for fish tanks, and it actually turned out to be the exact one I needed. So pretty lucky, but it just looks weird to me. But what's up, guys? Welcome to Monday's upload. I got a match against someone by the name of Zer0Hour, taken from Battle for Charity. And it was really good. It was a really good game, and we'll go ahead and play that back right now. Well, I forgot to mention what kind of match it is. Kind of a lax standard thing. I think we said don't bring weather, and then just bring standard pokes. And I was like, alright, I really don't know what to bring at all. I don't even know what to expect, you know, new player, or someone I haven't played, so I don't know their playstyle or anything like that. Might as well just relax it out and see how it goes. So, I see Rachi. I'm thinking that's probably going to be in the lead spot, just to, you know, get some switch initiative, or to paralyze my lead, or to set up rocks. Rachi is, you know, just a decent lead. More decent than the rest of the things on his team. So, I lead with Arcanine, and I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz right off the bat. I really don't care what he goes to, I just want to scare him off into something else. And I end up going for the Flare Blitz on the Starmie. Now, looking at his Ments, you'll see later that it is not a standard Ments. I think it's actually a physically defensive Ments, a Wish Ments. I don't think I ever saw it use Wish, but I saw Protect and I saw Dragon Tail on it, and you'll probably see that in a little bit as well. So that leads me to believe it's a physically defensive one, but back to this at hand. He kind of lost his Starmie just because of that, so he switches it in now. Don't know why he didn't do that earlier. Maybe thought he could take that Flare Blitz a little bit better, but since, you know, 120 with 180 cut in half is 90, since that does over half, I'm thinking, you know, an E-Speed, which I think is 80, will also kill it off as well. So 1-2 combo right there. Takes that thing out. He's going to force me out into a Hydreigon. That could have been pretty risky, but he actually did end up missing the Dragon Tail. Kind of comes into play a little bit later, but it's not really vital to the outcome of the game. I'll point out what happened. So he goes for the Protect to scout to see what kind of Hydreigon I am, I guess. I kind of expected him to switch out to Rachi immediately after. So I end up switching to Arcanine as he goes to Rachi. As he goes to Shandera, I switch out to Ludicolo. So I have kind of a switching thing going on. I'm calling everything correctly up until this point. Now, this is actually going to come into play later as well, since I did not predict this switch. I thought he would have just stayed in and expected me to overpredict and go for something else, like the Ice Beam. I don't know, since not really anyone expects a physical Ludicolo. But I end up going for the Waterfall, and because of that, I don't really do as much damage as I wanted to. Not really that big a deal, since it's just Shaman. I see Sub, so I'm not really that scared of the Air Slash either. I did not know what kind of Shaman it was at the time, but since I saw lefties and you know, nothing else, I immediately thought it was just like a sub-seeding set or something like that. I wasn't fearing Air Slash, and that's probably the only thing he can do to touch me super effectively anyway. He can't Leech Seed me. I got lefties. Not too concerned. So, what did I just do? I think I set up with Swords Dance, hit him with an Ice Punch. Since, you know, I'm slower than him, you know, I can't really get too much of an advantage here. But he is going to switch out going to Rachi, which I do believe I'm still slower than, but it doesn't really end up mattering too much. Since I'm at +2, I do resist his Iron Head. If he really wanted to, he could have gone into Ments, but then he probably would have been scared of the Ice Punch. I think his only attacking move would have been Dragon Tail. So he could have shuffled back and forth between Ments just to get some Intimidates on me and then force me out. But instead he goes into Rachi, paralyzes me even though I'm already faster. Or, he's already faster, excuse me. And I'm just going to hit him with a +2 Waterfall. Does a surprising amount. I'm guessing that's kind of a max HP Rachi. I mean, it's no you know, DD Gyarados or anything like that, but it does kind of have the element of surprise, and it did kind of work out in this game. So he tries pair flinching, and I'm like, no, don't do that around me. Not around physical Ludicolo, you don't. So I hit him with a Waterfall. That's going to go ahead and take him out. Unfortunately, I'm at the mercy of anything else that wants to come in with, you know, a little under half health. And had I not been paralyzed by that Body Slam, that would have been nice, but unfortunately, you know, Scrafty's going to be able to take me out here with a Drain Punch. So he's going to get his +1. I'm not really fearing it too much, though, because I do have I have Special Virizion, and it doesn't really look like I would have been able to live any hit anyway, seeing as how he does have the Life Orb on that thing. But going to go for the Focus Blast. Thankfully, don't miss. You know my history with anything 85 and below, might as well be called blank miss, you know, whatever. Focus miss, High Jump miss, Hydro miss, Fire miss, whatever you're going to call it. 85 below sucks. So in comes Chandelure again. I actually surprisingly had a lot of trouble with this thing, and the thing is that this Hydreigon for some reason does not have Dark Pulse. I don't know why it doesn't have Dark Pulse. It just doesn't, and that's really weird to me. So now I have to lock myself in a Draco meter. This is a choice scarf one. I don't know if I made that clear. But it's a choice one. So I have to go for the Draco. I'm hoping it'll break the sub after this next point. And I was kind of hoping that I would scare him off at that point, you know, with the Dark Pulse, since I would have been faster than him regardless. Since I saw sub and I see lefties, you know, I have to be faster on all counts. Unless he's a scarf for himself, but, you know, since we saw lefties, I'm faster. Therefore, he should have been threatened out, but he's not. So I find that weird. But I go into Arcanine, thank God Rocks aren't set up, because I'm going to get a little bit of use out of this. I think I'm still slower than it, though, which kind of sucks. So he's going to do a surprising amount with that hidden power. I think that happens to be fighting, and that's why it does so much. I was under the impression it was ice this whole time watching it back. But now we know it's fighting, I guess. Or dragon. No, it has to be fighting. Dragon's weird. Anyway, I go for the Wild Charge, not really caring what I hit. I know Mence is probably going to come in anyway, so I might as well just... I don't know why I went for that, even though it resisted Flare Blitz probably would have done more anyways. But just going to go for the E-Speed, I suppose. Whatever. I don't know. I didn't want to go for the Flare Blitz, I guess, and over-predict and have him stay in, and then just get that boost. Then I would have been screwed, you know, completely. But Chandelure still gives me some trouble because my only thing faster than it does not have Dark Pulse. And I think this is the only answer I have for it, because everything else I have happens to be slower than it, and I think a really good portion of his team has Substitute as well. So the Bisharp that I do still have lying in the wings can't go for the Sucker Punch and can't really be as effective as I want it to be. But he goes for the Protect, gets the first one off. I guess he decides just to leave it in because he recognizes that I happen to find Chandelure more of a threat than Mence at this point because he's running a bulky Mence. And yeah, he goes into this thing. I think if I'm not mistaken, I just leave Hydreigon in to die. Fire off a -2 Draco meter because I don't want anything else taking a hit that it doesn't need to. And at this point, I was like, okay, he hasn't killed me. You know, that's game pretty much. I have a Reuniclus left, I have a Virizion left, and I have a Bisharp left. Virizion is faster, but I have a special one, and he resists all of the moves that I have since he's immune to fighting. He resists the grass and the ice other moves that I have, which are Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Ice. So I figure I might as well go for my grass stab because my fighting stab won't do anything. Hidden Power Ice will do even less. Maybe he'll miss his Fire Blast, who knows, but unfortunately he hits it. Gonna go ahead and take me out from full health despite my good Spec D. That is still super effective. That is still Shandera. So I don't know what I was expecting. Probably a Miracle. Don't end up getting it. Whatever. Now what I did not know is that I can live a full health Shadow Ball because I'm an offensive Reuniclus. I don't have anything invested other than HP. And I was like, alright, I'm probably going to die from this, but I surprisingly live with 80. Had I known that, I could have saved my Virizion. That's probably going to come into play later as well. But I actually ended up taking him out with the Shadow Ball. As nice as it would have been to recover up on the next turn, since, you know, he does have Shaman left. If he misses the Seed Flare, then I do get that opportunity, which I do think I went for. But he hits a Seed Flare, you know, not really much of a big surprise there. So now it's down to, if I'm not mistaken, Bisharp and Shaman, and I'm really still wishing I had Virizion here, since a Focus Blast or a Hidden Power Ice probably would have done a decent amount of damage as well. So I go for the Sucker Punch, and I'm like, oh shit, it failed. Why did it fail? And he went for Sub. I don't remember if I saw Sub on it before. I think we did earlier in the game, so I don't know why I went for it again. I mean, it is his last one, so he's probably going to have to play carefully around this thing. So I go for the Sucker Punch again, knowing he's going to attack from behind his Sub. And then he has the Hidden Power. What is that? Hidden Power probably super effective on my ass. Yeah, that's probably Fire. So he is faster than me, which is unfortunate, and I've only got a couple of Life Orb hits left, so I got to, you know, play around this carefully. So he goes for the Sub, as I do predict him to this time. So I go for the Iron Head. If he really wanted to, he probably could have Sub-stalled me all the way down. I guess he wasn't sure how far Life Orb Recoil was going to run. I mean, looking at it, I only have 2 hits left. So I go for the Sucker Punch now, predicting him to attack, predicting me to go for the Iron Head, predicting him to go for the Sub or something like that. Point is he lives with the Nub, and he did go for the attacking move. I don't know how much he lived with, but that's his last one. That's my ass, you know, for not handling that Chandelure properly. But he lived with like 8, 9, something like that, so that's not a bad game at all. Just, you know, I had it in my hands, and then oops, you know, there goes Virizion, and there goes the game. So, if you guys enjoyed it anyway, go ahead and make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I think that should do it out of me. Oh, Steve asked me, Steve, aka Magnitude, asked me to advertise his first-person shooter channel. He's hit some unfortunate snags on his road to partnership. I can probably link the video to that in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna plug his channel in the description as well. If you guys are into like Call of Duty, just first-person shooters, things of the sort, and you like good commentary, you can go check out Steve. I already subscribed. I'm just waiting for more people to jump on that bandwagon as well. And I think that's it for Wednesday. I'm probably gonna go have some chicken wings and some beer later on. I don't know. Sounds like a good day. So hope you guys have one too, and I'll catch you tomorrow.